You have consumed enough. You have scrolled through tips, saved reels, watched hours of YouTube videos on how to speak English. You have read grammar rules, downloaded apps, listened to podcasts about. You have done all of that. Hi everyone, my name is Shalima and welcome back to my another session of learning English and improving your English speaking skills with me. So, I think you have already seen the title, right? It is written that you have consumed enough and it's time to speak English. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you 5 magical steps. If you will take that steps in order to speak fluently without thinking anything, then watch this video right till the end, because whatever I'm going to share with you, it's magical and it works wonders for your fluency. Just 5 steps and you will speak fluently. As I know, you have consumed enough. You have scrolled through tips, saved reels, watched hours of YouTube videos on how to speak English. You have read grammar rules, downloaded apps, listened to podcasts about fluency and confidence. You have done all of that, and I think that's true, because you have tried a lot of things but it never works. But now God's looking at you like, my child, when are you gonna speak? Because too much learning without action, it doesn't lead to fluency. It leads to frustration. You are overfed on advice but starving in practice. You have got vocabulary in your head but your tongue stays quiet. You have got 800 notes in your phone but no conversation in real life. And I get it. I have been there, waking up every day watching others speak confidently while my words stayed stuck inside. I thought learning was enough. I thought if I just studied more, I would magically start speaking. But here is the truth. Fluency doesn't come from knowing. It comes from doing. It's time to speak. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect sentence, the perfect accent. Because someone says, whosoever watches the wind will not plant. Whosoever looks at the cloud will not reap. Let me tell you, what is this? If you keep waiting for everything to be perfect, you will wait forever. You keep watching others speak the way you wish you could, but your journey is full of goals you haven't touched. Your prayers are asking for confidence, but God already gave you the voice. Now it's time to use it. So speak messy, speak broken, speak scared, but speak. Yes, speak. Because every time you open your mouth, you are building fluency. Every mistake is progress. Every sentence is a step forward. You have consumed enough, right? Now it's time to create. It's time to speak. So here I'm going to share you the step number 1, which works wonders, guys. So the step number 1 is flip the switch from input to output. Let me ask you something. How many hours have you spent watching English videos? Let me know in the comment section. How many grammar books have you flipped through? How many times have you told yourself, I'll speak when I'm ready? And yet when someone asks you a simple question in English, your mind goes blank. Your heart races, your voice disappears. Not because you don't know the answer, but because you have been stuck in input mode, observing, consuming, waiting. You have been preparing for a moment that never comes because you haven't given yourself permission to speak. But here is the truth, guys. You don't become fluent by learning. You become fluent by doing, right? It's time to flip the switch. Switch, right? From input to output, thus from silence to speech, from fear to freedom. Now let me tell you what does flip the switch really means. Flipping the switch means changing your role from a passive learner to an active speaker. Most people stay stuck in the input zone, watching videos, reading grammar rules, listening to podcasts, taking notes, that's all useful, but it's only half the journey. That the other half, the one that leads to fluency, is output. That is speaking, writing, okay, creating sentences and making mistakes and learning from them. You don't get fluent by knowing English, you get fluency by using it. Now let me tell you the practical steps. How you can start turning input to output today. Like speak daily, even if it's just to yourself. Describe what you are doing, like I am making tea, I am recording my video, I am speaking to my viewers, I am solving the problems. Talk about your feelings. I feel tired today, I am exhausted, right? Narrate your surroundings, like there is a dog outside, the sky looks cloudy, the AC is working. Why it works? You are training your brain to think in English. No pressure. Now that you have flipped the switch, you have started speaking, you begin using your voice, you have taken the first brave step. But maybe you are thinking, I still pause too much. I don't know how to form sentences quickly. I understand English, but I can't speak it fast. But that's normal, guys. Because fluency isn't just about speaking, it's about speaking smoothly, naturally, and confidently. And that's where the next step comes in. If step number 1 was about turning on the light, then step 2 is about wiring your brain for speed. It's time to stop building sentences word by word. It's time to start using chunks, ready-made phrases that flow effortlessly. So now guys, let's dive into step number 2, that is use the chunk method. Speak in blocks, not pieces. Alright. So step number 2 is use the chunk method, speak in blocks, not in pieces. And guys, let's be honest, one of the biggest reason people struggle to speak English fluently is this. They try to build every sentence from scratch, word by word, grammar rule by grammar rule, like assembling a puzzle without a picture on the box. And that's exhausting. It shows you down, it makes you doubt yourself. It turns every sentence into battle. But fluent speakers don't do that. They don't think in grammar formulas. They think in chunks, ready-made phrases that roll off the tongue. Now, let me tell you what is a chunk. A chunk is a group of words that native speakers use together, naturally, repeatedly, and effortlessly. Think of them like Lego blocks. Instead of building with tiny pieces, you grab a full block and snap it into place. For example, I'm not sure. Let me think. I would love to. That sounds interesting. Can I ask you something? These are not just words. They are tools. They are shortcuts to fluency. Tell you why chunks method it works. Less thinking, more speaking. You don't have to invent every sentence. You just plug in a chunk and go. More natural soundings. Chunks are how real people speak. They make you sound fluent. Even your vocabulary is small. And one more thing, it is faster response time. You speak quicker because your brain isn't stuck in grammar mode, right? This gives you feel more in control. You know what to say. You trust your voice. So step by step, you can do this. You can listen for chunks, watch English videos, movies or interviews or podcasts. Don't just focus on vocabulary. Listen for phrases people repeat. Write them down. State them out loud. Example, you hear someone says that's a good question. Don't just learn good or question. Learn the whole phrase. That's a good question. Right? You just create a chunk bank. Alright, here what you can do is you can create a chunk bank. Make a notebook or a digital list of useful chunks. Organize them by situation, greetings, opinion, asking questions, expressing feelings. For example, greetings. How it's going? Nice to meet you. If I talk about opinions, I think that, in my opinion, like that. And if I talk about feelings, you can write, I am really excited, I am a bit tired today. Right? So what you can do is you can practice daily in chunks. Choose 3 to 5 chunks each day. Say them out loud. Use them in sentence. Record your voice using them in context. For example, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what time the meeting starts. I'm not sure if I'll go out tonight. Like that. Like that you can do the practice. So when you practice, when you speak, don't search for words, search for chunks. Let them become your default responses. The more you use them, more automatic they become, right? So chunks are your fluency superpower. They are the secret sauce behind smooth, confident speech. They take you from translating in your head to thinking in English. So stop building sentence brick by brick. Start sentences, start speaking in blocks, start sounding fluent even before you feel fluent. So because fluency is not about knowing every word, it's about knowing what to say and saying it with ease, right? So from chunks to environment, you have got the chunks, you have got the tools, you are starting to speak faster, smoother, more naturally, but there is the next challenge. Where do you use them, right? Because fluency doesn't grow in isolation, it grows in an environment that supports it, right? So you can just speak once a week or expect results. You need to surround yourself with English, a part of your daily life. Now let's move on to step number 3. Build your speaking environment, create a world where English lives, right? Here, I would like to tell you, don't race to the level of your goal. You fall to the level of your environment. If your surroundings are full of silence, hesitation and fear, that's what your English will reflect. What if your environment is full of sound, practice and encouragement? Your fluency will thrive. You don't need to move to an English speaking country. You just need to build your own English world right where you are. So, the big question is how to build your English speaking environment. So what you can do is surround yourself with English sounds, like listen to English podcast while walking or commuting. Alright, watch English YouTube channels for movies, right? Or whatever you like. Change your phone language to English. Why it works? Your brain start absorbing rhythm, tone and vocabulary subconsciously. You can just create speaking triggers. Yes, set reminders to speak English at certain time. Alright, it works wonders. Use sticky notes with English phrases around your room. Make it a habit. Every morning I speak 3 sentences in English. Why it works? You are training your brain to accept English, not avoid it. So, what you can do is you can find a speaking partner. There are a lot of things on social media. Join online language exchange groups, practice with friends or family, use voice with AI tools. You can use many apps, you can use AI tools, right? And use social media in English, follow English speaking creators, comment in English, alright? Post stories or captions in English. Why it works? You are not just consuming, you are practicing, you are giving the output, right? Now, what you can do is you can think in English, narrate your thought in English, ask yourself questions in English, respond to your own ideas out loud. Why it's work? Because thinking in English leads to speaking in English. Because your environment shapes your fluency, so build one that speaks to you, literally makes English part of your world, your habits, your identity. Because the more you live in English, the more English lives in you. Right? So you have built your environment, you are surrounded by English, you are speaking more, thinking more, living more, right? But there is one thing that still holds people back. What's that? Can you think? Can you tell me in the comments? Let me tell you, mistakes. Yes guys, the fear of being wrong, the fear of being judged, the fear of not sounding perfect. So let's break that fear. Let's turn into fuel. So welcome to step number 4. Because the step number 4 is mistakes are your superpower. Speak boldly, fail proudly. Okay? Mistakes are your superpower. Speak boldly, fail proudly. Let's get real. You will make mistakes, you will forget words, you will say things that sound weird, and that's not a problem, that's progress actually. Because every mistake is a message. For example, I'm trying, I'm learning, I'm growing, right? They show you what to fix, they build resilience, they reveal your blind spots, they push you forward. No one ever become fluent without messing up. Not one person, right? So how to embrace mistakes? This is the question. How to embrace mistakes? Speak without editing yourself. Don't pause to find the perfect word. Say what you can, how you can. Let the sentence flow, and even if it's messy, right? You build fluency through flow, not perfection, right? Write down mistakes you make while speaking. You just prepare a journal, write down whatever the mistakes you are doing every day, reflect on them weekly, right? You just see the mistakes weekly, practice the corrected version, and you turn errors into lessons, right? And one more thing, which is really silly, but that works wonders. You just laugh at your mistakes. Don't take them personally. Share them with friends. Celebrate them as a part of your journey. To remove shame and replace it with joy. Because some people disheartened with this, right? So you just enjoy your mistakes. And set your mistake goals. Aim to make 5 mistakes a day. Track them proudly. Reward yourself for trying. And you shift your mindset from fear to freedom. Mistakes are not the enemy of fluency, they are the engine of fluency. So speak boldly, fail proudly, celebrate every awkward sentence, every forgotten word, every stumble, because every mistake is proof that you are doing the one thing that matters, you are speaking, right? So step number 3 was build your speaking environment, create a world where English lives, right? Mistakes alone don't make you better. Feedback does, right? So step number 5 is feedback. If speaking is the engine, feedback is the GPS. So let's move the step number 5. Build your feedback loop. Learn, adjust and improve. So step number 5 is build your feedback loop. Learn, adjust and improve. Here is the secret fluent speakers know. They don't just speak, they listen to themselves, they reflect, they adjust. That's the feedback loop, and it's how you turn random practice into intentional progress. Without feedback, you are just guessing. With your feedback, you are growing, right? Let me tell you what is feedback loop. It's a cycle. You speak, you observe or record. You notice what worked and what did not. You fix it, you try it again, repeat that loop, and your fluency skyrockets. Now let me tell you guys how to build your feedback loop. You just record yourself regularly on the regular basis. Pick a topic and speak for 1 or 2 minutes. Listen back without judgment. Notice your pronunciation, your fluency and grammar. And you hear that what others hear. You hear what others hear and you learn to self-correct. Create a feedback journal. Write down what you did well. Note what felt awkward or unclear. Set one small goal for improvement. Okay, you track your growth and stay focused. Alright. And what you can do else, get external feedback. Ask a friend, tutor or a language partner to listen. Use app, because nowadays apps are there, AI is there. You can take the feedback from there, right? Join speaking groups. Rather than joining speaking groups, you can just use the AI. There are a lot of apps. There are a lot of apps you can use and you will get the feedback how you are speaking, right? So you can repeat and refine. You can re-record. Means whatever you are recording, you can re-record and say. Because guys, feedback is your mirror. It shows you what's working. It shows you what's missing. And most importantly, it shows you what you are improving. So don't just speak. You listen, repeat, adjust and repeat. Because fluency isn't built in 1 month, in 1 moment. It's built in the loop. So let's take the moment to reflect it. Alright, you started this journey stuck in input mode, watching, reading and waiting. But in step number 1, you flip the switch. You choose to speak. In step number 2, you stop building sentences word by word and start using chunks that flow. Step number 3 helped you to create an environment where English isn't just as a subject. It's a part of your daily life. And in step number 4, you remind you that mistakes are the failure. They are the fuel, right? They are not the failures. They are the fuels. And in step number 5, you build your feedback loop, the system that turns effort into progress, and that isn't a just method, it's a mindset, it's a movement from silence to speech, from fear to fluency. And now the question isn't can I become fluent, it's how far can I go, because you have already started, you have already proven that you are capable, you have already taken the first step. So keep going, keep speaking, keep showing up yourself. English isn't something that you study anymore, it's something you live, and every word you speak from this moment forward, it's a declaration, is a declaration. I'm not just learning English, I'm becoming fluent, right? So if this journey spoke to you, if it lit a fire inside you, hit the like button too and let me know. Subscribe so you never miss the next step, and share this with someone who's ready to find their voice, because fluency is not a solo journey, it's a movement, and you are the part of it. So let's keep growing, let's keep speaking, and thanks for watching. This is Shalima signing off. Take care and speak English with confidence.